So what is up, YouTube? Welcome to a brand new YouTube video on the Adam Politics channel. And today we are doing how Trump can shockingly upset Biden in the 2024 presidential election. I just have all the states that are safe for both sides up here. So we have California, Oregon, Washington. Your whole West Coast is usually 100% safe for Biden. New York and the East Coast is usually really safe for Biden. Minnesota is going to be safe for Biden. So here's all the states that I think can go either way. Let's just get this out of the way. Some people are saying Texas would go blue, but with my source, Trump winning by 52.1% to Biden's 46.5%. The way they're going, it looks like they're going to be red for a few more elections. They're only going blue because of the huge urban counties they're going through. Because Dallas, Austin, they all vote heavily blue. They all vote very heavily blue. So that's just a quick snippet. My source is, I was going to do New York Times, but I'm kind of, you have to buy a subscription, and I ain't got that money. So I think Texas is going to go red. I don't think it's going to be solid red as the past few years, as it's 2016 and, 2012. It's not going to be as solid as it was, but it's going to be red a little bit. It's not going to be really close. It's going to be more than a 4% or 5% margin. I feel like I can 100% go red, though. Keep going red for the next few years. Let me get this out of the way. I think Georgia will be going blue. Really close, though. Really close election in Georgia. As you can see in 2020 with the runoff elections, and both the seats going to Democrats, it's turning into more of a blue state, especially for huge black vote there. But this new voting bill has caused up a lot of controversy. People are calling it a vote suppression bill. If you want to check out my topic on that, you have to go back to my first video. I feel like that's going to go blue slightly, though, because, again, urban counties voting way more in droves for blue. Over 60% most times for blue, other than, red counties and rural counties. I think that Florida will be going red. It's going to be close. If DeSantis is running as his running mate, I think it's going to be really close. Or not close. It's not going to be close at all. It's going to be more of I'd say like a 8% margin of victory. Speaking as if you go back and look at Florida, there was only a 4% margin of victory. I think it's going to increase with DeSantis, because speaking as he's the governor of Florida, it's going to increase tenfold. Well, not tenfold, but it's going to at least double. I think Trump takes Arizona, because if you look, Arizona was really close, 0.4% difference. And after the January 6th events that happened on that day, Trump's approval rating went way down. But now that Biden's in office, people are regretting voting for him. Speaking as with polls taking, if you look up 538, they have to collect all of them from all the pollsters, and it looks like this. But if you look at other polls like Rasmussen Report, it's only a 50-50 margin. It's way lower than it was at the beginning of his presidency, because at the beginning of his presidency, he's like 55%. Now he's down to 50%. So, way lower than most of the presidents. Like George H.W. Bush was at like 80% for beginning of his presidency. Trump was really low. Speaking for a Republican president, he had a really good low approval rating. Speaking as a Republican president, it's supposed to be, for the people. Not saying Democrat presidents aren't, but they're the people's rights. They care so much about the individual citizen. But you see how short Biden's been in office compared to Trump? It's just the beginning of Biden's presidency, and he started way better off than Trump. He started way better off than Trump. And he started worse off than his President Obama. Way worse than other presidents. So, it's looking like in Arizona, it's going to go to Trump. Speaking as his polls are looking much better now. If you look at the CPAC straw poll for conservatives, it's a huge margin that people want Trump to win. From the New York Times, in surprise of downbeat news, only 68% voted for Trump in the conference, which is 70% of the people there. But 95% of the total party wants him to run again, especially if the MAGA wing. If he doesn't run again, whoever has the MAGA wing is going to get the nomination. You know what I mean? Because the Make America Great Again wing is the majority now. Because that's how people associate Republicans now, you know, Make America Great Again. It's not, you know, it's not for people anymore, it's for Trump. It used to be like people like Mitch McConnell, Ronald Reagan running the party, and now it's Donald Trump. It's a complete change in tone. But now, look, if you could see Iowa is going red. Speaking as, if you look at Iowa in the 2020 election, it was up by over 9%, and I just think that it's going to stay that way. Speaking as, Trump's really popular in these rural states, and Trump dominated the primary caucuses. Did anybody else get a single vote? So I feel like Iowa is going to go red for Trump. So right now it's looking like 206, 207. I think Nevada's going to go blue. Not really blue, but it's going to go blue if you look how close it was. But I think it's going to grow, speaking as that's on the West Coast. And also, they're one of the states who took the both their seats didn't flip. Both their senators are blue. Or one are blue, one is blue, one's not. Sorry. And it was one of the biggest battleground states in 2020, like New Hampshire, Pennsylvania. All the crucial states Trump needed when he regained his presidency, he didn't. Nevada's going to stay that way. I think Nevada's going to stay blue. I feel like Wisconsin was so close. It was less than a 1% margin. I feel like Trump's going to take Wisconsin this time. Because if you look, bro. The rural area is going up way bigger for Trump. And again, the urban area is showing up big for Biden. But I think Trump's going to win Wisconsin, speaking as people have moved there and have gained electoral votes since 2020. So Trump's definitely going to win Wisconsin. But I think Michigan's going blue. Michigan's 100% going blue. It's going to be really close as well because, again, it's the difference between urban and rural. Rural wants lower taxes, you know. They want more freedoms from the government. And, you know, people in cities want to be more united, just like Biden's calls for unity. He's always saying, oh, you know, unity is what we need. We need unity, bipartisan unity, which I agree. We do need unity, but I hope he understands it's never going to happen. Blue, I should have not just saved blue. I don't think Republicans going to win Illinois for a long time, a really long time. Illinois has been solid blue forever. Main District 2 is going to go Trump. The 2nd district usually always goes to Republicans. Well, not always. In the last 2 elections, it's gone to Democrats, but it goes to Republicans usually as well because chicken butt. Because it's very rural in that area. If you want to look, very rural vote here. Trump usually always wins that district. South Carolina, it's usually a red state. It turned more blue. It was more blue last year, but it's going to turn into a much bigger red state. It's because it's a really rural country. It's kind of a country. They have a few big cities such as Charleston, but it's a rural country and it's been voting red for the past few years, and it's gonna stay red. Ohio's going red. Ohio was a big swing state last election. It was a huge surprise when I saw that Biden won or Trump won Ohio. I was usually expecting Trump to win or Biden to win Ohio and Trump to win Arizona, but it was a big surprise. I think Trump's gonna carry Ohio again. It's just gonna be much closer this time. It's gonna be a really close election in Ohio because if you see, that says something. Also, you look here, huge numbers for Biden, Cleveland, huge numbers. All these big cities, huge numbers for Trump over here. So that's what I'm saying. Toledo looked way more blue during the last election. Wood's going red as well, or blue as well. Speaking as it was a 70% margin, 2012. So I 100% still reinforce the fact that Ohio is going to go, red this election. But the next few elections, you never know. Virginia, it's going to go blue. It usually always goes blue, so it's going to be closer. I think North Carolina is going to go to Trump, as it usually does. It's going to be a way close election. Actually, super close, in fact. Because Trump usually always wins the Carolinas. In 2016, he won the Carolinas, if you want to look. Trump carried the Carolinas, and he carried Pennsylvania in 2012. It was actually a really close race in North Carolina in 2020 as well. People really like. And Pennsylvania is going to be carried by Trump. It's going to be actually the closest race of this election. Because if you look at 2020, Pennsylvania was carried by Biden in the last, under 1.2% difference. 100,000 vote difference. I think that's going to change in this next election. Speaking as Trump's popularity is currently on the uprise. Nikki Haley was the favorite for the Republican ticket before 2020 election. Now it's Trump. Trump is actually carries a huge base in Pennsylvania, and I wouldn't be surprised if he won it. So just quick recap. Texas is not going blue. I don't know where you heard that from, but it's not going blue for the next few elections. Arizona, it's going to flip red this next election. Just like Trump flipped Pennsylvania, he's going to flip it again. Like 2016, he flipped it. He's going to flip it again. He's going to flip Ohio and Wisconsin. Michigan's going to flip blue. Georgia's going to go blue. Virginia's going to go blue. North Carolina's going to flip red. Florida's going to stay red. So, yeah, that's all for today, guys. If you enjoyed, please drop a like and a sub. Thank you. Peace out.